Over the weekend, I was able to top 8 the Showcase Challenge 9 round event with Domain 2. I started 7-0, lost a one where I just punted 10 times at other things going on, which is why I didn't stream it. Able to come back and win the last round. So that was really, really cool. My first time playing Modern in 6 to 8 months or something like that. And just picked a deck that I thought, could win quick and could Walking Wind Wake. What's up? And a deck that I think could win quick and had a good breach match. And I found this. I like main deck Doorkeeper throws good versus like the black white deck, and it's stops grinding station. These all interact well, and the bolts for Emery and Tamia are nice, and it can just win fast with Kavu, Sign of Draco, Arena of Glory, and Tribal Flames dealing 5. So I was like, this is good, and it also had a ton of sideboard hate for it. Stony to Rest in Peace, one Magistrate, like a good amount of hate. So I thought it was gonna be a good deck for the event, and I guess I was right. And we'll go over the matches. Do beg my pardon if I make some glaring mistakes or sideboard badly, as I'm not super familiar with the format. So this is just like sort of my basic intuition on how to sideboard. So while I do think the deck was really good, maybe my sideboarding wasn't great. And I do think like there's some tweaks maybe to be had, which I'll talk about at the end. But in general, I thought it was really good. So let's look at the matchups. We lost the die roll, which is a bad way to start start a tournament. And they reveal Kahira. So not having played Modern, I'm just thinking it's some sort of a control deck that just has like solitudes. Just with my limited knowledge just from watching like Aspiring Spike. So I think a double Ragavan start is pretty good. We do keep a one lander, but I think a one lander double Ragavan is a pretty good one. So especially with Leyline. So they go Tune, which means they'll be on like Wrath of the Skies and stuff. So something to be mindful of. See if they fetch here. I think they're Prismatic ending it maybe. Yeah, Tune then ending. Don't draw a land. Sucks. Just play another Ragavan. Stock up, which is and they have a Solitude, which makes the stock up pretty good. We draw a land, so we get to slam a Kavu here. And they stock up again, which if they don't find a Solitude, then we're in pretty good shape here. Alright, they let me untap. We got a Tribal Flames, which is probably a pretty good card. I think I discard a Spell Snare here, as I think the only thing it could hit is like Counterspell exactly. Yeah, discard a Spell Snare. Find a Thundering Falls, which I do not mind. Remember, these tap for everything, so it doesn't really matter. I think I binned the I don't need a weird to have a Leyline Binding in hand. They get rid of a Prismatic Ending, which I thought was pretty wild. And because I didn't keep a card on top, I fetched to Thin, and we draw Consign, which ironically is like the best possible card if they slow roll the Solitude instead of just casting it on their turn. So I say, okay, I Consign, I kick it here. In case they have a Forced Negation. I really want it to go down. I attack. I think I discard another Spell Snare. And then I bolt this. I think bolt's worth 3 to their face. If I bolt their Solitude, it's worth 8 because it's 5, and then they gain 3. Here they get to get rid of my Leyline, which is annoying. So we just fetch shock, get all our mana online. I play a Kavu, and then Tribal Flames them, present lethal on board, and by having like any top deck bolt, win. So they have Isochron Scepter Orum's Chant here, which is kind of crazy, and thank God I have Leyline Binding, otherwise the game could be over. So now they have one card in hand only, and we do draw a Scion of Draco, which we could have cast. I think it's a Lorien revealed here. Yep, Lorien revealed, so really great card for them. And then Tune, tap land. But we do get to play a Scion of Draco here, which is pretty huge, right? Like if they need there to use, 2 or 3 Solitudes. They can't ending it, they can't Wrath Disguise it. So Yeah, is it so they had to pitch around this guy? That's 1, 2, 3. They triple solitude this game. And they cast in a Maria's Call. We draw a lightning bolt. We just say, do you have it? No. Okay. We have Ragavan. We have Scion of Draco. We have Reach. Like, they're pretty great keep to me. With Steam Vents and Datha, that's domain for the Tribal Flames. So we have 10 damage in hand right now with a Ragavan. It's pretty crazy. The Shock Tune. We draw a Temple Garden, which isn't like the worst thing ever. We really don't want to draw any more lands now, though. We do get in with Ragavan here, which is sick. Lorien Reveal, unfortunately. You can't cast it or cycle it. And there I forgot I could have played my Scion of Draco. I just forgot. Like in my mind, like I needed to have like this untapped. But I could have had a Scion of Draco and this in play, which would have been like pretty insane. Again, just something, from not really playing the format. So then here, I was thinking about hasting Scion. I said I just want to go Doorkeeper into Haste Scion when I untap. So I can go Doorkeeper, untap, Haste Scion, and Tribal Flames them, which will tax their mana a lot, I think. And we draw Flage, which is pretty good. I just cast the Flage, but they sort of have to counterspell here. I sort of went for broke there because it would have just won the game instantly, And they're missing land drops. I just decided to go for it. Little stubby D action now. They have counterspell for my Scion. And we just go upstairs, put you to, and they have the force negation at pitching stock up, which is huge. I was just trying to get stuff in the yard to get this Flage back. They cast it to Fairy. We say, okay. So we say Tribal Flames you, attack with Territorial Kavu, and they scoop it up. So, won the die roll. I think I had like I forgot what I had mulligan there. It's like a one lander with oh, you know what? So here, I knew they were on Hammer Time, and I was like a Ragavan hand that I didn't think Ragavan would ever get through. Knowing I have Doorkeeper Thrall, I said let me mulligan because they only play Hammer Time, and then we got our Doorkeeper. We fetch a Surveillant even though we have all our mana. So they animate Ink Moth. They go for a Pure Steel Paladin, which is all good. And Doorkeeper Thrall stops Pure Steel from drawing, which is awesome. Double Flage, we're really just looking for a land here. So they play something, don't draw, we just binding the hammer. There's a lightning bolt. And again, this is sort of where I think maybe Inexperience of Modern may help me. I'm supposed to be firing this bolt off at something. Like they animate this ink moth, should I just be killing it right now? I don't know. So they go for Leyline Axe, doesn't draw a card. It is free to equip. But I just go for a binding on the Leyline Axe. Maybe I should just be bolting pure steel here, but I'm not super sure. Like there's a Kavu. I do just deploy that because it's crazy, right? So just play another pure steel. We get to attack with a 5/5, pitching a Flage. Missing land drops, but still looking pretty good. Yeah, they go to attack and then just pass. I think they realize like There's no reason with sort of what's going on here. Just get in there again with the Kavu. The Kavu's pretty crazy, right? Like just digging through the deck. Still can't find lands, but Consign is good versus this deck. They have a Sigarda's Aid. Again, Sigarda's Aid does not matter with they go to attack and then realize this, like, it enters because this says when an equipment enters. So when that artifact enters, this will not trigger. So I discarded another Flage here. They go for a double block, and then this thing that gives +2/+2. So now we bolt in response, take out the other Pure Steel, shock in, and play the Scion, which gives everything all the abilities because of Leyline, and now I feel like we can't lose. Another Leyline hand to start. They have Sigarda's Aid, Ornithopter. So here's a time that I was like unsure. Should I just go after the bind? Like, should I just binding this with all this on the stack? And so I probably messed up here. I wasn't just sure what I wanted to do. So I just go for the binding at end of turn, taking the Stoneforge Mystic, just in case they have a what do you call it? Like a Cauldron or something. I don't know. I sort of sometimes get in this mindset where, like, I feel so good I can't lose that I just sort of, like, here, they put in Colossus Hammer, it does nothing. Doorkeeper Thrall is, like, winning it by itself. Wear Tear is insane. They have Urza Saga, right? Attack. I just say go here with the Get Lost. Take care of that Urza Saga. So they get to do 2 map tokens on this. But I do have this beautiful Wear Tear. I do it in response to this in case they have some sort of a protection spell. Take out Sigarda's Aid and that. Now we're looking at 2 Ornithopters, and they're going to play a Leyline Axe. Play double Territorial Kavu and say go. They have a 1/1 double striker. Say okay. And now we just get to attack for the win. If I discard Tribal Flames here, I think I was just so worried. Like, I was like, they're definitely going to chump, and they didn't. Where Tribal Flames would be lethal. And we end up getting Scion of Draco, which, is a blocker, and then the Stony Silence. The Manatized Stony Silence, which I was worried about, which is why I played Scion first. Because of this card, again, with the first strike Vigilance Trample. Yeah. And reversing Breach for the first time, which, the bane of the fucking format. As someone who plays Legacy, this is awful. And I could have consigned the Grinding Station, but they have an Emery just to replay it, so we weren't going to do that. We draw a Lightning Bolt here, but I use Tribal Flames to be more mana efficient. There's another Emery, because next turn now, if I draw land, I can go like Doorkeeper Throw plus Bolt on Emery. But I brick, so we just bolt the Emery straight up. They have a Stock Up, which is, pretty busted card, as we're seeing in every format. We finally draw land, but I don't play Flage. It's better. I just want to. So my goal here is to get Doorkeeper Throw into play and then haste a Flage. So I could have stubbed this, which would stop Emery from coming into play to mill anything. But I have this for that anyway. Artifacts don't trigger here, but they find a Mox Opal. Which is insane. And then they have the win. So game 2 versus Breach. Oh, this is versus Demonic Tutors, by the way. If they're a streamer. They were on a hiatus for a little while and they just came back, so they're awesome. Definitely check them out. I don't know if they streamed the event. Maybe you can see it from their side as well. So we go in Dotha Steam Vents to get Domain right away and just get. We're just trying to get the Kavu and try to just win quick. You know what I mean? We have very good interaction, and let's get the 5/5 in play on turn 2, and just try to win. They have limited answers. They have like Flame of Anur and Unholy Heat sometimes, but with this ability, we can sometimes prevent them from getting. Yep, there you go. Prevent them from getting Delirium. So it's nice that they have to mill this. Oh, I made some bad plays in this game. I remember. This game I did make some bad plays. Like I didn't know what I was doing. I like Leyline binding the wrong thing when they have a Haywire Might in play. It's just I do some silly stuff. So here I think we just discard the land, draw another land. Yeah, so we flood a little. The deck flooded a little bit in the tournament. Like here we have 8 lands out of our deck and 13 cards. So I play the Dranith Magistrate and say go. We're holding up Bolt and Binding right now. They play Emery, doesn't get a trigger from Doorkeeper. Yeah, here I like Binding Emery, which lets them sack this to kill. It's just to block and then kill this, which it just made no sense at all. I think I fetched a Surveil Land, a Spell Snare. I bin, which maybe I should leave on top. Like, if I'm not keeping that, what am I keeping, right? So there's a Consign. Again, this doesn't trigger. They can't replay Haywire Might because of the Dranith Magistrate. They target it and say go. They'll be untap, just attack for 7. And they go to Nature's Claim their own Mox. They go to 4. You know, we just have the Bolt. I play another one in case they draw like a Flame of Anor or something to kill mine. I want to make sure I'm always representing lethal. And we mull that. Snap Keep, Rest in Peace, Stub, Snare, Binding. You know, pretty good hand. No green mana, but I think it's worth it. And I was like, please play Emery, please play Emery. And they play an Emery while we have the Rest in Peace. So we do need green mana here. They rumble, get rid of one of their grinding stations, attack. Okay, we just draw a mountain. Really want that green. Strong basic. Thank God we have the plains, but that mountain kind of sucks. So we can only hold up. What is this? This costs 3 right now, so we can either do this or one of these. They just pass. We just go to our turn, draw another another Consign, which isn't great with our mana. They draw Haywire Might, so I can sign this with Replicate, just to guarantee it's gone forever. With I want it to be exiled, so this Rest in Peace still continues to do work. Yeah, they have Unholy Heat. I let it go. They have a second Unholy Heat, so we get to stub that. I think it's worth doing that if they're using 2 resources on this. They play a Grinding Station. You know, we're fine with that. We attack, obviously. I think we discard anything. Discard Consign, yeah, which I do think is probably the worst one. Yeah, a little awkwardness with Rest in Peace and Flage, but it's just important to do. Take out the Tameo. Rumble again. I spell snare that because that card is just so crazy. It finds answers. It finds breach. It finds anything you want. Doorkeeper is a good draw. I think I exile. I don't want to discard anything, so I just exile nothing. Play a Doorkeeper Thrall here. Attack again. Discard the Wooded Foothills for another Wooded Foothills. Just they go. I could put them to 1 here, but I don't know what that really gets me. And they draw Stock Up, which is probably the most terrifying thing they could draw right now. They go to 4. They have Nature's Claim for my Rest in Peace. So in response, I landed up buying Grinding Station for some reason when I had a Doorkeeper Throw in play, which I don't think really mattered. So we attack here. They only have 1 card in hand. We get rid of a land, and then we just go Tribal Flame's face. So we're chilling. A lot of 1-land Ragavan hands. Just go Leyline Ragavan, hope this lives, or hope I draw a land. Dies immediately. Get a tap land and mill a Lightning Bolt. They have Island Mountain. I think this is like Grixis Control or something. Yeah. So this Scion is pretty insane. Play another one. They surveil a Flare of Denial, which ain't gonna do much right now. Thundertrap Trainer, and they just scoop it up. So we just that's one of the cool things about this deck. They're just like boom boom, game over. Have 5 damage in hand also. This hand looks good to me. We can have Domain on turn 2. And Scion of Draco is just a hard card for them to answer, which I really like. Like, they can't Fatal Push it, they can't go for the Throat it. It's like they need like Shouldred's Edict. Like I think they did run Edict in their previous list, but I don't think I saw it this match. So we have Domain Online turn 2 here, which is pretty amazing. Just slam our Scions, and if they have counter spells, it is what it is. They cast a Peak, and then they brought in Consign, which I think is pretty bad. But if Scion just beats you, you have to. Then they counterspell the second one. I drew the third one like a champ. They miss a land drop. Then we do get a Greenland or Surveil. Surveil here. Get rid of a Leyland Binding. That's not helping us. Another land. So we just get to go Scion again. Just the Scions for days. I should have left up. I left a Binding instead of Bolt. Hey, John Ryder, what's up? Side for it now. We just get in for 4, and we're currently sandbagging the Arena of Glory for another bomb. So they play this thing, whatever. I have Lightning Bolt. They scoop it up. They saw my hand with Peak. This was the easiest match of the tournament. We literally just go boom, boom, boom. Green Rider and Y. I think I've seen them. I think I battled them before in a Legacy. I think they're on a blue-red Through the Breach Eldrazi deck. So we're just like, no Eldrazi Temple K command. And they always have Eldrazi Temple K command. Modern or Legacy, right? Lamarkavu. I get rid of the Flage. Then play Thundering Falls to try to fuel that Flage. Hold up the Binding. They cast a Kozilek's Return, makes sense. Just put it in the yard in case they cast something big. Here I go, let's dash a Ragavan. Bang, bang, get in there. Discard one of our lands. Draw Spell Snare, which doesn't really have text. Play a land, say go. They're at 7. And we just win. Yeah, keep a hand here. Again, I don't know how to sideboard. I brought in like Consign the Memories and Wear Tears. I know that they're on Signets and stuff. They have double Ugin's Lab opener, which is pretty rough here. I stubbed a stock up, which felt pretty amazing. And I brick on an untapped land where I could destroy the Talisman, which would have been so nice. They have another stock up. They have 2 cards in hand, and stock up all of a sudden makes it so scary. And they have Kozilek's Command. Luckily, I have a Consign for it. But we're tapped out now. And what do they do here? They fuck me up. So one way or another, they fuck me up. They cast a Devour. They got my dude. Play this. And they return a Null Drifter to hand, which they can cast. They cast Null Drifter, and then I die next turn. I'm binding this just so I can get an attack in, discarding a land. Say okay. They annihilate. We get rid of like a fetch land, I think. I'll get rid of a Surveil land. Third stock up, getting buried here. Null Drifters and stock ups. And they have another K command. They got Scion destroy this, and they threw the Breach Emrakul, I think. They can't do it fast enough. Yeah. Game 3 versus match 5. I think this is the one where I have like the actual, maybe the best possible start imaginable. It's turn 1 Ragavan, turn with stub backup, turn 2 Kavu. Like, I remember when I was like, I think I need like turn 1 Ragavan and interaction, and this is probably the best possible start. But fetch shock. I go to attack. There it goes. I exile Spell Snare, which is funny because I exile Spell Snare, and I'm thinking they probably have another Spell Snare for my Kavu, and they do, but I have the stub to back it up. So this is like a crazy start, right? Ragavan, Kavu, this. We get to attack here. I could have fetched to get Domain to get 1 more point of damage in, but I wanted to discard the land in case I drew something better. I aggressively binding that They do no drifter, I bolt them, and they're dead on board. So that was pretty awesome. Game 1, round 6. Leyline Ragavan hand, you know, it's amazing. They fetch shock Tameo, so it's Breach again. The Breach games are not super interesting. Which is like the point of the deck, right? That's why the deck. It has non-interesting games for you. Yeah, we play a Ragavan here. We have Mox Opal, Emery, or Mox Amber, Emery, Tameo. You know, like, we're gonna like scoop here. Another land. They have one card in hand, and obviously it's Breach. They cast Rumble. And they find Grinding Station. So. Alright, so I want to keep a hand... Like, this hand is, like, super close for me. I get rid of Tribal Flames. Like, it's not super interactive, but it has some things to do. I've been a bottom of Tribal Flames, been a Tribal Flames. They go turn 1 Tameo, super irritating. So we bolt it, and then our plan is just to get a Triome. They Rumble. They see Rest in Peace. I slammed that shit faster. Like literally as fast as I could. And I draw Doorkeeper Thralls, so I don't want to do anything. I think they have Claim. Why not? Yeah, so instead of playing this, I want to play Thrall. I think just anything to get interaction on the board is more important right now. We got a tap land. Attack for 1. I play Mountain, now we have 5 power and play holding up double binding. I'm gonna take this Tameo out. And they Otawara their own Tameo in response, which I'm sort of okay with as far as resources go. Right, we get to attack for 5 here. They're at 9 now. Play another Tameo, we say sure. I don't do it here. And alright, now here we get I sandbag the Arena of Glory, now we get to haste out a Kavu. Attack, I think I exile their Nature's Claim. And like I was thinking like should I be binding that? Like probably I guess. But I'm like so paranoid. Like I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. I just feel like I need to be holding this for a like they attack here and they're just dead on board right now. I just don't want to do anything. They draw a card. I mean, they have the Preordain. They do get to flip this. I could have like hit it in response to that, but I just want to take out the blocker and then we have it. Opponent molds to 5, which is amazing. We have a reasonable hand. So we're able to go try. We don't have to hold. We didn't have to bolt turn 1, so now we shock in, say go. We go upkeep, bolt this in case they had like a spell pierce or something, which would be weird, but not the craziest thing. So here I just get aggressive and I haste my Kavu, and they have Flood Mode to bounce it, which is pretty annoying. But them using a Flood Mode on a creature instead of like a hate piece is pretty big. And we draw Pest Control versus the Saga hand, right? Which is pretty awesome. Like maybe I was supposed to do this just to kill the Saga, but it feels like I want to get in case they get like they're committing mana for a whole turn and they probably get a Mox. And even if they go Mox like Emery, yeah, I just bolt Emery and then I Pest Control. And they have another Saga. Surveil away a land. And we draw a Flage, which is pretty crazy. Because we have the Arena of Glory and the Doorkeeper Thrall. So we get to just come in, attack, take care of the Emery, hit them for 7. And this clock is crazy, right? And we just get attack, 3 to you. They go to 2. We just bolt you straight up. We have stub. I actually used the wrong land because I have Tribal Flames. Like, I just thought we couldn't lose. So. One of those great domain hands. Okay, I have a Scion of Draco, and they subtlety it. With Spell Snare or something, it's just like blue-black, whatever that deck is, like Oculus. And I put Scion on top because the card is just crazy. So I go, Scion. I don't block because Frog is ridiculous. They have double Frog, but I have double Dragon. Double Dragon can block Frog. And they have Sink into the Stupor for my Leyland of the Guild pack, which fucking sucks. Double block here. They dismember 1. I say okay. And before damage, I go to bolt this, which was a mistake. Like, I should have let damage happen first, because then they just dismember this. Or, like, I could have killed this. So, luckily, it's a 4-5. I Tribal Flames, then I bolt. I actually take care of 2 frogs with damage-based removal. I get the Dash of Ragavan. And I hit a Consider, to cast, which reminds me of how dumb this card is. So they're in top deck mode. They preordain, they top. Feels like a Murktide when it's paying costs for a while, which it is. So I surveil a Leyland Binding away, which is maybe a mistake. Just to have like another one. They're just top decking. And there's a Fatal Push. They go. Dash Ragavan again. And they drew Bowmaster, which is like the best possible card here. Fucking brutal. Lamakavu. But then they just can't beat. I don't know why they're scooping to this. They have two chumps here, so. And like even if I discard and use the ability, then they just get they get to amass, so that was an early concern. Round 7, I'm versing a control deck and I have a Ragavan, so I'm obviously keeping turn 1 Ragavan, baby. They consider. They go. They attack. They actually don't have removal somehow. Find a land. I tried to Triumph to go to play this, and I realized I don't have an island, so I can't do that. They play Psychic Frog. I just do a Doorkeeper Thrall. And they Subtlety the Doorkeeper Thrall, I guess, because their Subtlety won't do anything, which means they only have 2 cards in hand now. So we go Tribal Flames on your Psychic Frog. They Spell Snare it, which puts 1 card in hand, which lets me bolt it. And then I can attack with my Ragavan again. Find the Dismember, doesn't matter. We have Arena of Glory for our Scion of Draco here. This is going to be a little hasty dragon. They consign with Replicate. We say okay. Yeah, they're just in top deck mode now, and we have a fucking Flage and Arena of Glory. We feel like we can't lose this fucking game ever. So we just Flage, Dome you, put you to 6. You're at 5. We have a Ragavan and a Flage. GG. So we're 7-0 at this point, feeling pretty crazy. This round I had a lot of I had stuff going on while I played. I made like 10 punts this round. So I lost pretty handily. I was bolting the Emperor of Bones like before it adapted and stuff. Like my mind was just elsewhere. So this will be an ugly one. Play Kavu. I think it immediately gets pushed. There's the Leyland of the Guild pack. They play us this little puppers. We got to take it out, unfortunately. Overlord. Got a surveillance. Been another Layla out of the guild pack. Then I just get one Layla out of the play. We have a lot of lands and guild packs. This one. They have a Witch Enchanter for it. And I remember I was like so unfocused. Like I don't know what I want to use any of my things on. I just don't know what I'm doing, and it felt like I was just lost, which I guess happens sometimes. And of course, the turn after I play Flage, they have a Thalia with the Overlord. Obviously, we can't let that happen, so we have to go for a Leyland Binding on their upkeep. And they obviously have the Relic. The turn Flage goes in the yard. So I draw a third Leyland of the game. Yeah, they thought sees us. So we really have nothing going on, and they have this Overlord. We draw another land. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lands and 3 guild packs. So 12 out of our 18 cards, were not action. Sucks. Like, I kept the third Doorkeeper Thrall. Maybe I wasn't supposed to. I fetch and play Doorkeeper Thrall and then step, just in case they have like a Bowmasters or something. I don't want them to be able to amass. Get that extra damage in. Let's play a second one, just sort of backing this one up. Anyway, once I get the 4 mana, when they have this Emperor Bones, I just like I don't know what about it, but I misplayed with versus card like literally like 3 times in one game, which was just wild. Like I go to bolt this for some reason, which is so fucking stupid. So they put this in play. They don't get an ability. So I flash in a Thrall here, so basically trade Bolt and Thrall for Emperor, which is like just a safe ace. It's pretty like bad though. They do have to lose. This one is gone forever, thankfully. Scion here. Not sure why this is in the deck. I don't think I saw any red cards. Yeah, I go to like bolt this here for some reason when they could just like adapt and save it, which is like just so silly. Like so between like me misplaying and then I just get tilted. Like they're at like if I had bolt, the difference is crazy. And I binding the solitude that like keep their life total at 7. And, like me, I was probably supposed to dash Ragavan there and didn't. No, I didn't dash Ragavan because they just block with this, right? Yeah, I just play as main phase too. But yeah, if I didn't waste that bolt, they're just dead. And then I obviously like they like draw pretty well, but like I could have put myself in a position where like yeah, that wouldn't have happened. I draw land, right? Just trying to get an easy dub, you know, to lock top 8. Crazy good hand versus another Eldrazi deck. Yeah, losing the die roll versus Eldrazi is fucking brutal. Here, I lead with Scion. Gahavu gives you more value over time, but Scion can't get K commanded. And there's the K command. Like, you just know it's gonna get fucking K commanded, right? So I play it out now that they used one of the K commands. And I just so I know they have a Devourer here, right? I know they have Devourer, but they cast Worldbreaker on my Scion instead of Devourer here, which I thought was really weird. So now I Leyline Binding this, I get in for 5, I'm able to loot away a dead spell snare and play another Scion. Like, and I felt like the game was like I felt like there was no way I could win until like no way I could lose after they made that decision. And now I get the Arena of Glory, the other Kavu. And like, yeah, game over. So I felt like they made a mistake there, which we were able to punish them. Double Leyline hand, not great. I'm hoping again they don't have like Eldrazi Temple or Ugin into K command on Ragavan. And they just have like a turbo sowing Miko spawn draw. So I attack, and I Leyline Binding the Talisman because they will kick their sowing Miko spawn if I don't. So I feel like I sort of have to make that play, otherwise like the game's over, especially missing land drops. So they have Rumble. And they find another song Miko spawn. And I just say go. Like I'm thinking about, do I want to flage like using the treasure, but if they get rid of my land, I can still top deck a land to flage this one. And I surveil and I still can't find a land on turn 5, and then they bring an actual Stone Rain. They mold a 5, right? And I'm thinking like, oh my god, this is how I could lose. So we do have like again, Utopia Sprawl and mold a 5 is brutal. So we get Triome, Fetch, Shock, put in Scion of Draco. And they have, look at this, turn 2 Miko spawn on their mold of 5, right? So I'm fucking scared now. But now I can go Arena of Glory. Unfortunately, I can't hold up Stub. Otherwise, I'd feel so much better. But at least I can Arena of Glory my Scion and get in for 8 here. So this is like the critical turn for them. They have a Breaker of Creation, which I don't know what the fuck this does. 8 mana to gain a lot of life. And what do they end up doing here? They end up Kozilek's commanding themselves. Again, another reason I didn't play Kavu. So I see 3 Scions in play, and I'm like, I think I'm actually good here. Attack, hit you for 8, put you to 4, and then Travel Flame's lethal. So we get in the top 8. First, this person ended up splitting the finals with obviously Breach. You know, the format. The format's like, I think like pretty okay aside from Breach. They're like in this like denial that like Breach is okay. And then, like, it's not Mox Up. Like, the Breach is, it's banned in Legacy. It's fucking ridiculous. So we Leyline Binding the Tam. We're trying to keep enough resources. Kill Emery, Leyline Binding Tameo. But, yeah, we stubbed the Rumble. We're just trying to play this type of game. We surveil away land. We draw another land. You know. Now we just Flage upstairs and then Consign to try to get the aggressive Flage going. They just play a Thassa's Oracle and a Saga. I cycle my land first, and of course we just die. You know, we have lethal and we just die. They milled a grinding station with that Rumble and found Breach, so the game is just over. So down a game. I keep a 5 lander with Doorkeeper Thrall, Tribal Flames. Get rid of another land. And here I put Kavu in play. I say, yeah, you can have Tameo for a turn. I'm just gonna try to pressure you where like drawing the clues don't matter. They play a Surveil land. I aggressively fetched my Triome to make this one extra power. I think it, especially with Tribal Flames in hand. We discard a mountain pretty easily here. Draw another land, which sucks. But they're at 12. They're at 12. We're gonna have 6 power in play with Tribal Flames. And I went with the rare mentality. Yeah, then here they play Emery, so I go Thrall to stop it from triggering. We draw another land. We have 5 lands in the graveyard right now. So I discard. So at this point, I'm losing my mind, right? So we have 6 lands in the graveyard, 3 in hand and 3 in play. So we have 12 lands out of the 16 cards. We drew 4 spells. We drew 4 spells. And I'm just like losing my mind here. And I just Tribal Flame them now while they're like, tapped out of any type of counter magic. They have a Rumble. Rumble finds Underworld Breach. And they have a Flame of Anor, which is just like the worst thing possible, right? It's like just like the worst thing I could ever see. So we play another one because it flips their Tameo. I only have 1 power things in play. And we just draw a Lightning Bolt, which does nothing. And now there's clues that they're catching in clues. Play another Tameo. A Spell Snare, which could possibly keep us alive. Hit the Breach. Their Tameo is at 8 now. And we draw Tribal Flames. We say Tribal Flames you. They sink into Stupor it. We play the land. Tribal Flames you. Bolt you. Hand looks great, right? Rest in peace with 4 interactive spells. So definitely wanted to keep this. Consign's like medium in the matchup. Especially here I want to counter it with Consign because I have Rest in Peace. The chance to permanently exile it is very big. And not that, but they use the Beseiju as well, which is kind of wild. But they obviously have the Nature's Claim, right? Deck's broken, so it's the best deck in the format. I think it was 30% of the top 32 in this tournament. It was just crazy. They'll play a Doorkeeper. They have 2 cards. It's brutal because here I actually felt like pretty good. I actually felt pretty good. Get in for 1. Like they have 2 cards in hand here. You know what I mean? Like I actually felt like I could win here, which is like the first time in the tournament. I was like, wow, I could I feel like pretty good. Like I'm holding up Wear Tear. I have I have a 6 power play. And they sink into Super my threat, which is just brutal. And there they have Beseiju to get the Emery back, which is fine. I get the here, how do I lose from here? You know what I mean? The Flame of Anor was crazy. You have 5 here. But at least I have a Stony Silence and I bolt their Emery. And they just Grape Shot me. Take my pressure off the board. Good play. They have 1 card in hand, and I just need to draw anything, and I draw Plains, It was rough. And they draw a Breach. And I can Wear Tear, but they still get a Flame of Anor here. They get the Nature's Flame and Flame of Anor, so they tag my Stony and draw 2. Just fucking devastating. Doorkeeper Thrall. You have a Rumble. Why the Ren in 6? Every time it feels like they like no cards in hand, they like put like 4 permanents into play. But take care of the Ren in 6. I play Doorkeeper Thrall. I have pest control here that wipe almost their entire board. You know, get 2 Moxes, the Tameo, the Scion. And the fact that Underworld Breaches can play other Underworld Breaches is just so fucked. And Rumble makes it so consistent. Another Underworld Breach. And they get to play a backup, so even like if I had like this binding for one, it didn't matter. Even if you have binding, like they have Nature's Claim, they just Nature's Claim it in response. And they actually go off for a little while here and just can't do anything. And this is another thing with the time. Yeah, I'm being up like 10 minutes on clock, and they win with no time left. Because it's not like here. It's not deterministic. But here I'm just like, can I draw a Rest in Peace? Can I draw? And I draw another land. Just like die. Just so brutal. Like the fourth, I think it was the 4th Rumble they cast this game. Card's just so good. And they only have 6 cards left with 1 minute, so we're just cooked. But the deck was super good. I had so much fun playing it. Bridge should Bridge should be banned like it is in Legacy. But yeah, it was super fun. So